Hello, my name is Leo and welcome to another reading of the Elder Scrolls. Today we're going to be reading Incident on Necrom by Jonicola Buff. The situation simply is this, said Faxith. His face is chiseled and resolute as any statue. Everyone knows that the cemetery west of the city is haunted by some malevolent beings, and has been for many years now. The people have come to accept it. They bury their dead by daylight, and they are away before Massa and Skunda have risen, and the evil comes forth. The only victims to fall prey to the devils within are the very stupid and the outsiders. Who's saying? It is like a natural solution to filtering out the undesirables, then, laughed Nithrath, a tall, middle-aged woman with cold eyes and thin lips. Where is the gold in saving them? From the temple. They're reopening a new monastery near the cemetery, and they need the land cleansed of evil. They're offering a fortune, so I accepted the assignment, with the caveat that I could assemble my own team to split the reward. That's why I've sought you reach out. From what I've heard, you, Nithrath, are the best bladesman, woman, in Morrowind. Why can't I get to the next page? Nithrath smiled her unpleasant bust. And you, Osmic, a renowned burglar, though never once imprisoned. The bald, petted young man stammered as if to refute the charges before grinning back. I'll get you in where you need to go, but then it's up to you to do what you need to do. I'm no combatant. Anything Nithrath and I can't handle, I'm sure Masvithra, his names, will prove her mettle. Flax said, turning to the fourth member of the party. She comes on many good references and sorceress of great power and skill. Masithra, I assume it's a Khajiit with a name like that. I don't know if I played enough Elder Scrolls to really understand what names are now. Was a picture of innocence, round-faced and wide-eyed. Nithra and Osmic looked at her uncertainly, particularly watching her fearful expression as Fathis described the nature of the creatures haunting the cemetery. It was obvious she had never faced any adversary other than man and mer before. If she survived, they thought to themselves, it would be very surprising. It's like the beginning of It is like the beginning of Goblin Slayer. Oh, that stupid first episode. Well, I never watched any other of Goblin Slayer, but I watched the first episode. As the foursome trudged toward the graveyard at dusk, they took the opportunity to quiz their new teammate. Vampires are filthy creatures, said Nithra. Disease-ridden, you know. They say to the west they'll indiscriminately pass on their curse together with a number of other afflictions. They don't do it here so much, but still you don't want to leave their wounds untreated. I take it you know something of the spells of restoration if one of us gets bit? I know a little. Oh no, you really go with that voice? But I'm no healer, said Mathuth meekly. More of a battle mage? Asked Osmic. I can do a little damage if I'm really close, but I'm not really good at that either. I'm more of an illusionist, technically. All like is the illusion only playthrough. All over again. I've proven that illusion can be viable. Just not exclusively illusionist, that's for sure. Nithrath and Osmic looked at one another with naked concern as they reached the gates of the graveyard. There were moving shadows, stray spectres among the wrack and ruins, crumbled paths stacked on top of crumpled paths. Okay. It wasn't a maze of a place. It could have been any dilapidated graveyard, but even without looking at those tombstones, it did have one very noticeable feature. Filling the horizon was the mausoleum of a minor Cyrodiilic official from the Second Era. Slightly exotic, but still harmonizing with the Dunmer graves in a contemporary style called decay. It's a surprisingly useful skill. It's a surprisingly useful skill, whispered Matrusa defensively. You see, it's all concerned with magic's ability to alter the perception of other objects without changing their physical compositions. Well, that's not what illusion's about, but whatever. That's alteration magic. Okay, whatever. Removing central data. For example, to cast darkness or remove sound or smell from the air. It can help it. A red-haired vampire woman leapt out of the shadows in front of them, knocking Pathusk on his back. Nitra quickly unsheathed her sword, but Matrusa was faster. With a wave of her hand, the creature stopped, frozen, her jaw scant inches from Pathusk's throat. Pathusk pulled out his own blade and finished her off. That's illusion? Asked Osmic. Certainly, smiled Matrusa. Nothing changed in the vampire's form, except its ability to move. Like I said, it's a very useful skill when it works. It's not very useful when the lower versions of the spells don't affect anything. The four climbed up over the paths to the front gateway to the crypt. Osmic snapped the lock and disassembled the poison trap. The sorceress cast a wave of light down the dusk-choked corridors, banishing the shadows and drawing the inhabitants out. Almost immediately they were set on by a pair of vampires, howling and screaming in a frenzy of bloodlust. The battle was joined. So no sooner were the first two vampires felled than their reinforcements attacked. They were mighty warriors of uncanny strength and endurance. But Maris's paralysis spell and the weaponry is paralysis? No, paralysis is definitely not illusion. Maybe it is. I thought it was alteration. What do I know? Anyway, this is Morrowind, so who knows? That's true. And the weaponry of Pathusk and Nitra clove through their ranks. Even Osmic added to the battle. They're crazy, gasped Matrusa, when the fight finally ended and she could catch her breath. Quora, the most savage of vampire bloodlines. Hey, I know that. I remember doing all that, said Pathrix. We have to find and exterminate each and every one. Delving into the crypts, the group hounded out more of the creatures. Though they varied in appearance, each seemed to rely on their strength and claws for attacking, and certainly did not seem to be the style of any. When the entire mausoleum had been searched and every creature within destroyed, the four finally made their way to the surface. It was only an hour until sunrise. Sunset right about now. There was no... How many pages is this? I think it's like 20. No, 16. Calm down. Fine. There was no frenzied... Wait, what? Did I skip a page? No. There was no frenzied scream or howl. Nothing rushed forward towards them. The final attack, when it happened, was so unlike the others that the questers were taken utterly by surprise. The ancient creature waited until the four were almost out of the cemetery, talking admirably, making plans for spending their share of the reward. He judged carefully who would be the greatest threat, and then launched himself at the sorceress. Had Pathusk not turned his attention back from the gate, she would have been ripped to shreds before she had a chance to scream. The vampire knocked Mithras across the stone, its claws raking across her back, but stopped its assault in order to block a blow from Pathusk's sword. It accomplished this maneuver in its own brutal way, by tearing the warrior's arm from its socket. Osmic and Nitra set on it, but they found themselves in a losing battle. Only when Method had pulled herself back up from behind the pile of rocks, weak and bleeding, that the fight turned. She cast a magical ball of flame at the creature, which so enraged it that it turned back to her. Nitra saw her opening and took it, beheading the vampire with a stroke of her sword. So, you know some spells of destruction, like you said Nitra. And very few of healing, too. Wait, no, who said that? Oh. And very few of healing, too, she said weakly. But I can't say past. The warrior died in the bloody dust before them. The three were quiet as they travelled across the door-lit countryside, back towards Necrom. Wait a minute. It says incident. I thought we're gonna get back and the place is gonna be like, you know, like the vampires had raided the village while the warriors were out, that kind of thing. We'll see. Where are we? We're here. Okay. Right. Master felt the throb of pain on her back intensify as they walked, and then a gradual numbness like ice spread through her body. I need to go to a healer and see if I've been diseased, she said as they reached the city. Meet us at the Moth and Fire tomorrow morning, said Nitra. We'll go to the temple and get our reward and split it there. Hours later, Osmic and Nitra sat in their room at the tavern, happily counting and recounting the gold marks. Split three ways, it was a very comfortable sum. Wait. Is this before or after they got the reward? Why, if the healers can't do anything for Miss Africa? Smiled Osmic dreamily. Some diseases can be insidious. Did you hear something in the hall? Asked Nitra quickly. But when she looked, there was no one there. Oh, they're sneaking it out inside. She returned, shutting the door behind him. I'm sure Master will survive if she went straight to the healer. But we could leave tonight with the gold. Let's have one last drink to our poor sorceress, says Osmic, leading Nitra out of the room and toward the stairs down. Nitra laughed. Those spells of illusion won't help her track us down, as useful as she keeps saying they are. Paralysis, light, silence, not so good when you don't know where to look. They closed the door behind them. Ooh, that's totally... Yeah, I guess illusion is slightly different in Morrowind than it is. I don't remember. I don't even know if I can look at all my spells that I have. Illusion's another spell of illusion. Wait, invisibility is another spell of illusion, said Master's disembodied voice. The gold on the table rose in the air and vanished from sight as she slipped it into her purse. The door again opened and closed, and all was silent until Osmic and Nitra returned a few minutes later. Oh, we got done dirty! And that was Incident on Necrom by Jonicula Both. I don't know. I don't even check my spells. There's all your spells. Oh boy. No, those are my abilities. Oh, you're right. Can you even order them by... Oh god. It's so confusing. Right, a lot of these spells are spells that you've made, right? That's right. Do you have invisibility? Do I have invisibility? What a great question. Those are magical items, by the way. So they are. Invisibility. I believe I can... Avoid to suck... You stupid idiot. Why do I have that? What does that do? Oh, okay, it makes me a vampire. Well, it helps me become a vampire. Right. Stupid names and stupid spells. I forgot all about it, man. I forgot all about it. Get huge! What does that do? It's for the first string. Gotta go fast! Oh, these names are so dumb. Is that just levitate? Yeah. Why not just use levitate? Because this one's better. Mark. I don't think I have, I got paralysis. Oh, it's illusion. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I got invisibility. But yeah, I'm pretty sure paralysis might be illusion spell, I'm not sure. But, pretty sure invisibility is an alteration spell. Anyway, that was Internet Necrom. This has been another reading of the Elder Scrolls. For now, my name is Leo, and I will see you next time.